years ago, our 6th grade class was a drama-filled mess. Remember it, parents? Oh. They were all girls, yeah, never again. I know, you all mentioned it was a traumatic moment. But let's face it, they were sweet and they were definitely younger. In fact, all of these old people on the stage behind me used to have the glow of youth. See, look at them now. They're ancient. They're going to high school. You know, the real story, though, is not only have they got older, here's the kicker, they've also got wiser. It's true. I watched it happen with my own eyes. Yeah, right in front of my eyes. You all got wiser, too. Good one. Wisdom is that thing that you can't get enough of, though. That's the fun. You can keep acquiring it. What I know about this particular group, that they have done hard work in honing the art of self-reflection. Probably the most important thing that we give space for at TMS. Something I hold in very high esteem as something we do. So I know as they move forward, they will always be primed to gather wisdom and humble enough to recognize when they need to turn to someone else for it. The television, obviously, Jonah, thank you. So, graduating class, future high school students of America, keep growing old. Yeah. It's a pretty good ride, but remember, you only get to be you this one time around. One Nick, one Sarah, one Riley, one Ashana, one Jonah, one Maya, one AJ, one Milo, one Bibi, one Malea, one Finn, one Noah, one Caitlin, one Mateo, and one Emmy. There's only one of each of them. The universe will never conspire again to create you. Don't squander this opportunity. Don't get caught up in the small stuff or take yourself too seriously, Jonah. All of you. But remember to always approach everything you do with empathy as your guide. That's really all I've got today, because I wanted to keep it short and sweet. We have to hear from the wise ones behind me, who are so much older than they should be. And we're going to start the program with speeches and tributes. Now, I thought I was doing Nick a huge favor in putting him first, and he just came to me and said, "Please, why am I first?" And it's like, I thought you'd want to get it over with, Nick. And also, Nick's speech is going to set the tone for the entire evening. Just to give you a little teaser, Nick's speech is called "Don't Hold It In."
Let me tell you about poop. I hate going to the bathroom on camping trips. Mainly, they're just holes in the ground. If you fell in, you could drown, and they smell gross. Last year, I tried to hold it in every camping trip, but that all changed on one last camping trip of last year. We were in Eastern Sierras. It was Thursday, and I had been holding my poop in all week. We went on a hike, and I had to go, but I held it, and the urge went away. Near the end, we almost got back, and I couldn't hold it much longer. Clouds started to roll in, and we heard thunder rumbling off in the distance. And I had to go right then. Joy didn't want to wait. She wanted us to get out of the woods because of lightning, but I convinced her because I really couldn't hold it anymore. I went off the trail, but it was a hill and I had to go right then. I squatted down on a rock and I wasn't really thinking. It was an emergency, so I did it uphill. My stomach was upset, and just let me say, it was messy. Joy started yelling, "Nick, Nick, we must go, it's raining." learned an important lesson from this experience, and from my 2 years at TMS, don't hold it in. When you hold in your group, it will come out in the worst at times. When you hold in your feelings, they will come out other ways, like breaking things or bothering people. I have made a lot of mistakes because I've tried to not face my feelings, but I will miss TMS so much when I go to high school. But I'm going to be a better person who is more comfortable with letting people know how I feel and if I need help. I have so many fun times here and I will miss all my friends, but I'm very excited to meet new people and do more new things. I would like to especially thank Katie and Carrie for being amazing teachers and making it fun when you teach. It was a big change for me to have teachers who actually got me and understood me. I would also like to thank Joy because I spent a lot of time in her office and got to know her pretty well. Thank you.
Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. This was said by George Bernard Shaw. Change is a part of life that I am not a fan of. If you know me, you know that I like everything to be exact and perfect, so when something changes, I really have to adapt to it. My TMS experience is a change that I am proud of. I have grown tremendously during my time here. I was extremely lucky to get into this school, for I was attempting to transfer only weeks before my 7th grade year would begin. My parents and I met with Joy, and thankfully she accepted me into this school. As I look back to the person I was before coming to TMS, I cannot even relate. I have changed to the person I am today because of the people I have bonded with at TMS and the experiences TMS has given me. I ended my 6th grade year at my previous school with little to no friends and caring way too much about what people thought about me. I was not myself. I just wanted to fit in, so I acted differently from who I truly was. I began my 7th grade year at TMS, and as it went by, I opened up more and I became my own person. I finished my 7th grade year with pure happiness, being truthful to who I was. The 8th grade year has gone by so fast, and now I'm at the end of the ride, but I do not want to get off. I would relive these 2 years if I could. I believe that being at this school has made me a better person because TMS is not just a school, it is a community. TMS is not a regular school. I believe that it is better. Although I have not learned some of the typical academic things one learns in middle school, I believe I have learned more valuable things. I have learned how to give thanks and how to listen carefully. I have learned that age or grade does not define who you become friends with. I have learned not to judge immediately, but to take the time to get to know a person before making assumptions. I have learned so many skills, and I shall remember them throughout my entire life. TMS is special because of the traditions it has, the people that work here, and the care that goes into it. I have made the most amazing friendships and bonded with so many different people. On every camping trip this year, my whole 8th grade class has made such meaningful memories. On our camping trip to Montana de Oro, we went on a beautiful night hike to this big sand dune. We climbed up and all laid down in the sand, and then we all ran down it together. That was the first time I realized how much love I hold in my heart for this 8th grade class. I am so thankful for TMS for giving me the opportunity to make such strong bonds that will last me longer than just middle school. I have made multiple friendships, but I have also developed such a strong friendship with my 8th grade class. I love each and every person sitting on this stage so much. I will miss you all so much. My TMS experience is special, but none of it could have happened without the TMS staff. They are the people that make TMS feel like a home. They are the foundation. In particular, I would like to thank Carrie for being such a passionate teacher and an amazing friend. You have taught me so much inside and outside of the classroom, as well as Joy for being such a loving person who cares so much about TMS. I would also like to thank Andrew for always cheering me up and trying to calm me down when I am stressed, and I will especially miss your stupid jokes. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents, grandmother, and sister for always believing in me and supporting me. 5 days ago, I came back from the rite of passage. We had such an amazing experience with one another, and I truly believe that if any one of us was not there, we would not have the same dynamic. Last Friday, very early in the morning, all 15 of us went on a morning hike. Last Friday, very early in the morning, all 15 of us went on a morning hike to the top of a mountain. When we had finished, I really felt like I was ready to move on from TMS. I do not want to leave TMS, but I think that I am ready. I am so sad that I'm finished with my middle school experience, but more specifically, my TMS middle school experience. People say that middle school is the worst years of schooling, but these 2 years at TMS have been the best. I love you all. Thank you.
grade, I was just another face in the crowd, another brick in the wall, another grain of sand. I couldn't stand the school I went to. The teachers expected too much for me to handle, and there was too much stress for me to deal with. And at the end of the first semester, I stopped going to that school and started homeschooling. Homeschool was a little bit better, but I felt too isolated from everybody. I didn't know how I was going to be educated. Either be in a stressful school with too much of a workload, or just myself and my mom and dad. But there was a spark of hope. My mom found TMS, and I visited the school for a day. After the visit, I knew this was the school for me. In 7th grade, I felt so comfortable here. Be friends with everyone, take hikes, go camping, etc. On hikes and camping trips, I was very nervous and scared. I would have panic attacks often, and I felt like I couldn't do it because of the heat or the distance. Later in the year, I had very little panic attacks, and I grew out of them. Now I'm usually in the front of the line when we go on hikes rather than being in the back.
Yay.
At the 7th grade play, I was nervous as all hell. The part I had felt so uncomfortable and embarrassing to me. I remember Mira's mom, who taught yoga, always called me Elton from that moment on. So much so that she forgot my real name. I would like to thank all the teachers, excuse me. I'd like to thank all the teachers who have helped me with school and making me more happy. All of my friends here who I can trust, and my parents and sister for supporting me, no matter what happens. Now in 8th grade, I feel more mature and happier than when I was in 6th grade. I felt like I learned a lot more about everything compared to other schools. Now, since moving to St. Louis and not even know where I'm going to high school, I feel like I'm going to be in the same position as I was in 6th grade. But TMS has taught me to stay positive and let nothing get me down. Although I am sad about moving, I will keep looking at the positives more than the negatives. TMS has taught me a lot, but the most important thing is to be strong, let nothing get me down, to look more on the positives, to be more out there, not to be a shy person or a person who hides in a crowd. They taught me to love myself.
You all know Nick is the kid who causes trouble or breaks things, but we're going to show you the real side of Nick.
Music. We know Nick that loves babies.
Behind you.
Nick holding my grandson.
And babies love Nick.
Oh, straight there. We love Nick because he's thoughtful and funny.
We love Nick because he's kind-hearted and hilarious.
We love Nick because he's caring and independent. We love Nick because he's outgoing and compassionate.
I remember when we were in Katie's room and Nick turned off the lights and it looked like a lightsaber. And so we call that the Zoom room now. And
My memory with Nick, my memory was during the play and Nick had lipstick on and he started kissing people behind stage. My nice memory with Nick is when at the last campfire song with all the 8th grades, Nick said he will miss us all, he loves us.
I remember Nick was doing his eagle scream and everyone was watching him and laughing. And Nick's just really nice to me and a lot of other people. I remember playing a game called Evil Apples with Nick, and he always played the funniest cards, and Nick is just probably one of the funniest people I know.
We love you, Nick!
Last year, we've gotten to know Sarah really well, and we've gotten to see all of her beautiful qualities that she possesses.
You are generous.
You are beautiful.
You are loving.
You are a great friend.
You are really smart.
We have made a collage and a present for you. We are giving you this. We are giving you this collage because we don't want you to forget the amazing person you are at TMS. we are giving you succulents because of how tranquil and cute you are. Love you.
Riley. Over the past 2 years, we have shared so many amazing times, bonds, and passions. You are truly someone we will never forget because of memories, especially one when I accidentally said Mick Jagger was part of the Beatles.
Or in archery when your burp luck actually worked.
Wait, what's burp luck?
It's an inside joke from archery.
Or on my visiting day when you thought I was a girl.
Forgot about that. Or the day you continuously started yelling, "Get off my train," during a Skype call.
Oh, and Riley, don't let the monster get to you.
There's so many other great moments that we'll forever cherish, but we won't just remember the amazing times we had, we'll also remember all the amazing things we admire about you, like your incredible sense of humor.
Your ability to keep your head high and a smile on your face during the hardest times.
Your ability to be such a nice and funny person.
Your ability to speak the truth.
And your overwhelming kindness.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay. You have such a profound impact on our lives. So before you leave, we'd like to give you some gifts to carry into high school. Here, made by myself, is Link's hat. This hat represents your courage and perseverance, just as Link perseveres through the Legend of Zelda series.
And here are some chocolate chip cookies to represent your sweetness as well as your toughness at times.
And finally, here's a custom-made Diamond Dog CD. This represents your passion for music and, well, David Bowie.
With these final words and gifts, we hope you will always remember the great experience you had at TMS as you journey through high school.
Bye, Riley. We love you.
Before I came to TMS, I was not the nicest person. When I was younger, I did not know how to react to people, so I was just rude to them. One time at Trader Joe's, I had an ice cream taster, and an old man with a cane walked up to me. He was joking around and asked if he could have one of my ice cream tasters. I just got right up in his face and screamed, "No." Another time on a family vacation, I was doing a weird dance while walking to our hotel room. I turned around and kicked a man behind us in the shin. I didn't know what to do, so I just ran down the corridor. That was me. But since coming to GMS, I have changed completely as a person. If I never came here, I might still be the rude little child I once was. I would describe my middle school experience as walking up a big mountain. When I came to TMS in the 6th grade, I thought it was going to be very easygoing. My grade was a small class of 7 girls. Being in a group of very dramatic people was not fun. We had many problems. Most of our problems resolved around some people being excluded from everyone else. That year we had many councils and not the fun type. The 6th grade even had one on Snuggle Day, and there was an all-girls council that ended up in tears. We still had some trouble, so we decided that the 6th grade should meet up without any teachers. We all confronted each other about what we thought was hurtful. The whole thing just turned out to be a big mess, and people ran off crying even more mad. Even though things were never solved completely, the teachers tried their best to help us. My 6th grade experience is comparable to the beginning of walking up a steep mountain, which resulted in a lot of tears. You'll think it's easy at the beginning, and then you realize that it's all uphill and there are rocks that you will trip on. Once I started 7th grade, I was used to TMS. More people came into our grade, and we realized that all the drama was unnecessary. 7th grade was easier, even though I was still unsure about everything that was yet to come. 7th grade was my favorite year at TMS. Trust and Carrie were still here, and I had some of my funnest memories. For example, on Montana de Oro, I was in a sleeping circle with Nick, Sarah, Mateo, Malea, and Betsy. As we looked up at the sky, we saw a black thing. It stayed there the whole night, and we were all terrified. I thought I was going to die, and Betsy thought we were being abducted by aliens. We were still unsure about what was in the sky, but we survived. After walking up the first part of the mountain, things get easier, and you start to have more energy, but it is still hard work. Ever since 6th grade, I've been so excited to be in 8th grade. 8th graders have leadership, responsibility, and get to be a mom or dad in a camping family. I was disappointed when I found out that Tressa was not at TMS anymore. Tressa was my favorite teacher at the time. She helped my whole 6th grade class get past their troubles. I soon found out Carrie was leaving. History was one of my least favorite subjects, but Carrie taught in a way where it was interesting. Even though Carrie and Tressa left, Christine and Daniel came in. I love art, and I can share that same interest with Christine. She always made me laugh and taught me how to sew and helped me make this dress that I'm wearing. 8th grade was a different experience than all the other years. I was coming near the top of the mountain, but there was still a lot to do. I never truly felt like I was in 8th grade. Even though I did have to take leadership roles sometimes, I always felt like a 7th grader. I denied the fact that I'd be going to high school next year. Now I'm at the top of the mountain, I can look back down at all the tough times and the good times. Aubrey Graham from Degrassi once said, "Sometimes it's about going there, not getting there. Sometimes it's the journey that teaches you a lot about your destination. And sometimes when you get there, you'll look back and you'll realize that you wish you could go there again, because all experiences are the reason that you are who you are today." Coming to TMS was the best decision I've ever made. All the things I've done in those 3 years have created who I am right now. I'd like to thank the people who helped me become nice and less socially awkward. I'd like to thank all the teachers here who I love very much. Andrew for teaching me science in a fun way and for being able to have a fun and interesting conversations with me. Katie for always making me laugh and being a great, funny teacher. Liz for always being kind and having a Band-Aid for me whenever I get hurt. Christine for sharing the same interests and teaching me the new ways to look at art. Daniel for always having interesting stories to tell. Sam for teaching me about philosophy and always giving me new ways to look at life. Tressa for being like a mother to me in 6th grade and always being fun and caring. Carrie for making one of my least favorite subjects intriguing and giving me advice during tea time with Carrie. I'd like to thank Joy for being a great principal and also letting me come to TMS. I'm very thankful for all those in 8th grade who have taken this journey with me and for all the people who have been with me at TMS. I can honestly say I haven't kicked any strangers those last couple of years, and I don't think I will anytime soon.
First off, I want to thank everyone who came here today. I know you're all here for the after party. Even though I was forced to prepare this speech, I came up with a lot to say. I cannot think of a better group of people to graduate middle school with than these wonderful 14 other 8th graders. It has been an interesting time with them. Even though I started slightly late in 8th grade, they made me feel like part of a family, and I will be forever grateful. I am proud of the year I had. I'd like to start with some thanks. Thank you, Andrew, for the bad jokes in class. Thank you, Liz, for the Band-Aids even when I don't need them. Thank you, Katie, for helping me understand the math homework even though I was paying attention, even though it didn't look like I was paying attention. If that made any sense. Thank you, Christine, for when I need ideas for anything. Thank you, Daniel, for whenever I want to show my best sports moments. Thank you, Joy, for letting me into this school as an 8th grader and everything you do for us. And last but not least, thank you, Lucy, for helping me when I need help. Now to the meat of my speech. I started in TMS in October, and I came here because I wanted more of a challenge. I found it. Academics were more challenging, and in my old school, they did things mostly out of textbooks, which I did not like. Whatever. But the real challenges where I found were discovering my strength. I was basically thrown right into things. My second week of school was the Montana Day Oro camping trip, and I was with a bunch of kids who I've never even met before, except for Noah. And they were all pretty weird. Well, everyone is weird in their own way. My weird thing is that I'm very attached to my sweatshirt.
Say that again.
Anyway, as the trip went on, I realized that I was going to spend the rest of the year with them, and I better get to know them well. I was pretty sick from the car ride, and when we arrived, I once breathed into fresh air, and when my feet hit the ground, I thought to myself, I kind of like this school. I liked how the trip was set up because we got put into these nice families, and then we picked the food that we like. Once we got to our campsite, there was a lot of freedom, and I really enjoyed that because it wasn't like everything was packed in. It was relaxing until we had to do the big hike, and that was where the point of my speech comes in. The hike was about 4 miles, and that was the longest hike I have done in my entire life. I was kind of iffy, and I thought to myself, maybe I can come up with an excuse, like I hurt my leg. But we go on. We set out early in the morning, and it was so cold I wore jeans and a sweatshirt. But I didn't realize how hot it would get during the day. Since I am very attached to my sweatshirt, I did not take it off. I realized that wearing jeans and a sweatshirt on a hike makes you sweat. A lot. Recently, I went on an 8-mile hike to train for the rite of passage, and guess what? I still wore my sweatshirt and jeans. But on the rite of passage, I did not wear my sweatshirt. So the moral of the story is learn from the past and try new things in the future.
Abraham Lincoln once said, "In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years." During my 3 years at TMS, I did a lot of living. I went to museums, national parks, plays, and I hiked just about every inch of the Santa Monica Mountains. I went camping on camping trips, I built trebuchets and compost bins, I created TED Talks and podcasts, and trust me, the list goes on. And I did not just learn about these things and see them, I learned to appreciate them. I learned to be aware of my surroundings, to notice what is happening in the world, to love art and music, and to think. As I leave TMS, the one thing that I still will not be that good at is spelling. But that is just who I am. I think part of the reason why I don't care if people know that I can't spell or read all that well is because of Tressa. When I was in 6th grade, I would ask her how to spell something, and she would tell me not to worry about it, because she probably couldn't spell it either. Tressa is the coolest adult that I know, and she did not know how to spell every word in the universe, so why should I? I used to spend so much time trying to write a paragraph, and I'd get so caught up on spelling. I still don't spell things right, and trust me, my speech is not spelled right either. But now I am happy with who I am. Spelling doesn't define me. To all the other teachers who are also really cool, thank you for always letting me be who I am. You are so fun to be around. It is always easy to talk to you guys and laugh. This past week, we went to the Sequoia National Forest for the last camping trip of 2016, which involved the 8th graders' rite of passage. After a day and a half with the whole school, we hiked out into the mountains. At the top of the mountain, it was stunning. Maybe it's because we were hot and hungry and had been eating trail mix the whole day, but regardless, it was amazing. There was a giant green lake and big, snow-covered marshmallow mountains. The sky was a blanket of blue, and I appreciated this so much because this was going to be my last camping trip, but it was the best one. I hope for the rest of my life I will remember getting to the top and seeing the sun refracting off the water and the big mountains surrounding us. Because if I forget even just a little, I might forget how important this world is, and how the most beautiful and exquisite things are made by the earth. And I realize now how many opportunities there are, not just for me, but for the whole 8th grade. When we arrived back at camp, Joy said that there was no one there. They'd been expecting us in an hour. But then we heard the sound of Bill Weathers' Lean on Me by the 6th and 7th graders. They started singing and emerging from out of the bushes and from behind trees. It was so special and cute and thoughtful. It was the best way to be welcomed home and yet sent off at the same time. Although I'm really excited to go to high school, to meet new friends, to learn new things. I know I'm really going to miss TMS. I'm not only going to miss my close friends, but everyone from TMS. That you guys all are a big part of who I am and who I want to be. And I don't know if I can put into words who I want to be, but I know the feeling that I had last Friday, sitting at 5 in the morning and watching the sunrise, that I always want to be myself, and I will never change for anyone. I've grown into a person I am now because of my teachers, my friends, my parents, and my sister. Love you, Miss Jonah. You're most likely the funniest person I know, even if you're not trying to be funny. And your constant clumsiness and humor always makes being around you really enjoyable. You just know how to lighten the mood. And to be honest, you be trippin'.
You're super kind and sweet, and when I first came to TMS, you made me feel very welcome.
You're a really great wife, and I've truly never had a better one. I've never had a better one.
Here's a box of Band-Aids. They're special. They have kind words written on every one.
These are for when you fall physically or emotionally and you need to be patched up.
And if they don't work for you, you can always come for us for a hug.
As I think back to the 10-year-old girl who came to TMS 3 years ago, the youngest person in the school, I no longer know who that girl is. Back then, my name was Ava. I was short, or at least shorter than I am now, and very shy. One of my favorite memories was at Relay for Life, which was an amazing experience. Who knew staying up all night, walking around in a large circle could be so fun? There were also some not so great things about that year, like the drama and how much one little thing you can say can affect someone so much to the point that you start a fight or are willing to risk losing a friend. And although the amount of drama made us a bit miserable, what matters is that we learned from it and were able to overcome the intense energy. 7th grade went very quickly. It was one of those short, sweet, and memorable little years where all you can remember is good stuff. I learned about myself and began to realize all the little things TMS does for us, and I also became a lot more confident and I wasn't afraid to express myself by wearing my Fluid Mac shirts to school and singing the songs. This was the year where I became AJ. I was 11, and in September turned 12. I was no longer under 5 foot, but over. I started noticing the traits of mine based off my personality and not just appearance. I became much more comfortable. I had my friends to rely on. However, I am now aware of the fact that group is so tight was a bit of a bad thing, and that shouldn't have been how it is. We definitely seemed pretty clicky doing all of our inside jokes in unison in front of everyone. But overall, 7th grade was the beginning to my growth into a whole new person whom I liked very much. When the next year rolled around, it took me quite a while to adjust to the responsibility of being an 8th grader. Surprisingly, that wasn't the hardest part for me. As this year went on, I progressively understood how much influence I had on other people and remembered how much I felt the 8th graders as a 6th grader. Now I had that important role to play. I have traveled this mind-blowing journey with some of the best people I have ever met, and I couldn't be more thankful to have you guys in my life. The rite of passage was not what I expected, and it couldn't have been better. The journey was not only with my friends, but my teachers too, and only this year I realized that I may never again have teachers who are as loving, supporting, and are as good friends as these ones. You all have different strengths, which I admire and I appreciate so much. Andrew, I always notice how much hard work you put into planning our lessons and your passion for our knowledge. Katie, I love how positive you are. Even in the stressful situations, you have succeeded to make it better. Liz, you are so motherly, and I love how I can talk to you about anything and I always go to you for advice, and you never fail to support me. Christine, I don't think I've ever met anyone as creative and as enthusiastic as you. Daniel, though I haven't known you for long, I've always appreciated how much effort you put into getting to know us and getting the feel of TMS. And Tressa, although you don't teach her anymore, I've always admired how intelligent you are and your honesty and how motherly you are. Sam, you're such a funny person, and I loved being in ISRP. It was such a special, different subjects that opened up a whole new genre of intelligence. Carrie, although he isn't here, I love how passionate he is about history, and it brought me to appreciate the subject much more. Last but not least, Joy. You are someone who I will never forget. All the efforts you put into making TMS the best it can be has never failed. Thank you so much. I will never forget what I've learned here.
We once had a piece of homework which was describe what you think TMS's main focus is on, what TMS is as a school. I couldn't decide what to write. I wrote about how TMS has people embrace who they are on the inside and help them push it out into the real world. All the people on Earth with real success and real self-conscious are themselves. They don't change to fit the trends or change who they are to have other people accept them. TMS is about accepting yourself, because being unique is the one skill we all have. We are all unique, maybe not on the outside, but without no argument on the inside. We are all different, and we should all be thankful for this. And incidentally, TMS also focuses on being thankful. We all embrace ourselves and embrace others for who they are, and we are all thankful for the notion that we are more evolved because we are more aware. We are thankful without realizing it. That's definite. To be as thankful as we can, we have to not realize what we are thankful for until after. As Andrew once told me, it is type 2 fun. It is not fun. It's only fun when it's over. It's the getting the reward after all the hard work. In TMS's case, I guarantee you, no matter what, that Blaine, you're ruining the moment. I also guarantee that the realization won't hit you until it's all over. You will reflect on the experience. I am so thankful for everyone, for all the teachers, for all the students, for all my friends, for everyone associated with TMS. However, joy takes the cake. Yeah. I can't describe how much she has done for me. That woman has possibly the most difficult job known to mankind. She manages to make TMS a school that seems out of a fairy tale or a Disney show. Joy is the heart of TMS, and without the heart, it would be dead. The teachers are the limbs, the educators, the workers. They teach you the things that matter, not the textbook normality. Thank you, Carrie, for teaching me Alaska isn't an island. It's because I always looked on this map and it was like, never mind. Thank you, Andrew, for teaching me how to poop in nature. Thank you, Katie, for showing me how to break the rules and get away with it. Thank you, Christine, for letting me express myself through art, which amounted to me making a disturbing mask out of yarn and wiffle balls. Thank you, Daniel, for teaching me everything I need to know about making frogs jump. Thank you, Lucy, for putting up with me, and thank you, Sam. I never had any of your classes, but you have one hell of a beard. TMS didn't make me less stressed or have less anxiety, but TMS taught me to be happy with who I am, and for that I'm forever grateful. I'll never forget you until I become a huge star and make millions of dollars. Thank you, everyone.
I was a very shy and awkward person, so coming from a large middle school where there were 35 kids in a class, and where they only did textbook activities, I couldn't find time to express myself, and I struggled. When I heard I got into TMS, I was really nervous about going to a school where you go on camping trips, hikes, and every Wednesday go to a ranch. I was scared but completely excited at the same time. I would picture the day I would meet everyone, going around saying our names, talking about ourselves, and that scared the crap out of me. When the day finally came, well, it was just as I imagined. We went around, we said our names, our favorite food, color, what grade we're in, and I'm pretty sure I choked on every question. As I said, I'm a very shy and introverted person, and I was very uncomfortable putting myself out there. But last year I set a goal for myself: don't become the awkward person. However, when the year started, I restricted myself from asking questions and talking. I then started to understand how TMS worked, and it slowly grew on me. I was finding ways to express myself and do what I love. Thinking about high school completely terrifies me, and I can't stop imagining the day where we have to go around and say our names, what we're interested in. And although I'm still terrified for this day, I know it's going to be fine. Because TMS has given me so much, I've almost forgotten how to be shy and awkward. I just kind of know how to be myself now. It has been said that one reason people resist change is because they focus on what they have to give up instead of what they have gained. And instead of me telling you how much I'm going to miss TMS and how sad I am my journey is over, I'm going to tell you that I have gained a second family, friends and memories I will never forget, and life skills that I use every day. I treasure everything that I've gained, and I want to thank everyone at TMS who has encouraged me to grow and let me be who I am. Although it has only been 2 amazing years of my life, I think I found myself, so thank you, TMS. I'm very grateful.
No one knows how it happens or when it starts.
It is called friendship, and it is very fun, even when it feels like it is over and done.
The incredible memories that we have shared have shown us that you really care, so we're sending you off with a big bang.
Because you really are the yin to our yang.
AJ, from the day I met you, I've always felt a connection. There are many qualities that all of us love about your personality. Some of my favorite sleepovers are with you because you are such a fun person to be around, and I sincerely mean that.
I have only been here for half a year, but in that time period, I've gotten to know you so well. I have learned that you are very talented, caring, and comforting.
To show the many qualities that you obtain, we have made a yin-yang, an artistic piece, with over 100 reasons why we love you.
There are so many things that describe the incredible person that you are, but my favorite qualities are your beauty and humor.
I was super nervous when I came to TMS late in the year, but you made me feel so welcomed and comforted.
Thank you for being an amazing 8th grader.
Thank you for being a good friend.
Thank you for being reliable.
Thank you for being you.
chosen to honor you because you're an amazing 8th grader.
We are so excited to show you what we've come up with to appreciate you, and we hope you have a great time in high school.
We all know you really love Elmo, so we have prepared a parody of a song you probably already know that feels a bit more fitting. La 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 la, la 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 la, Milo's world. Milo's world. La 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 la, la 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 la, Milo's world. Milo's world. He loves his doggies, his vegan food. That's Milo's world. Since you're such a great friend, we prepared something for you. We arranged sticks and flowers to create your name, and we took a picture of it. And we framed it, and we're giving it to you so you'll always remember that TMS will always love you.
We also made you a card about all the things we love about you. We are hoping we could read it to you.
Milo, we love you because your eyes are breathtaking.
We love you because you are strong.
We love you, Milo, because you're trustworthy. We love you because you have amazing hair. We love you because you're like sunshine on a cloudy day.
We love you because you have a great sense of humor.
We love you, Milo!
BB, we all love you so much and chose to honor you because
You are outstanding and wonderful.
You make me laugh and always put a smile on my face. You are super creative and fun to be around.
you are amazing and awesome.
You are a gorgeous person inside and out. As you can see, you've impacted us all in so many great ways. So we decided to make a remake of Good Day.
We were gonna make a song where we make fun of you, but we couldn't find one flaw about you, so.
She's gonna have a good day, and all her homies gonna cry today, 'cause they're all gonna graduate today, and she means so much to us. Hey, Phoebe's gonna have a great day, 'cause she just got on summer break, and she's gonna ride all of those waves, 'cause she's just that amazing. Hey.
We love you and we hope you have an incredible time in high school. And we'll miss you so much.
On the first few days of 6th grade, I cried. I was so scared to be going to a new school, and my fear took over. I didn't want to come to school. On the 3rd day of school, I bonded with the other 6th grade girls over the kinds of natural sunscreens we used. But I still wasn't completely myself. I was so scared people would judge me. Once I opened up and began to let go, I was so much happier and I began to gain confidence. So much so that I was so excited for school to start in 7th grade. I was looking forward to more responsibility and being a leader to the 6th grade while still being able to look up to the 8th grade. As I was more responsible, my confidence grew even more. I liked being able to lead. I wanted to help the 6th graders by teaching them what I learned. At the end of the 7th grade, we started taking on 8th grade responsibilities. I remember getting our last camping families of the year. Maya and I, when the 8th graders went on the rite of passage, were excited to take on the role of being camping parents, and I felt ready to be an 8th grader at TMS. I don't want to underestimate any difficult experiences because those experiences helped me to grow. Looking back at 6th grade, I remember how attached the 6th grade girls were and how much drama we had. We all say how stupid it was and how it was so pointless, but I think if we didn't have that drama, we would not be how we are now. We all know how much that drama impacted our 6th grade year negatively, and we have been able to avoid it since then. This 8th grade class makes me laugh and smile constantly, and it makes me sad to think I won't be able to see them every day. We have grown closer as a class, and we have grown individually together. I think we are all feeling eager to find out what will come next in our lives, but are also so sad to say goodbye to each other and to our middle school journey. We have many memories from being at the school that I don't want to forget, but I need to find the difference between holding onto them so tightly that it will be hard for me to go into high school and letting go completely. Going to high school feels like I have to start all over again, and I'm nervous that I won't be able to. then I'll become frozen. It's like my feet are glued to the edge of the pool while I'm trying to dive in. I count to 3, jump, and don't go anywhere. But being at TMS, I have learned how important it is for me to open up and be myself, because hiding yourself from others is not healthy. Even though I had such a hard time in the beginning of 6th grade, I changed and I'm okay now. It's a scary thing. It was a process, and I know I will begin a new process in the fall. Of course I'm scared. It's a scary thing to be entering a new chapter of your life. But knowing that everything worked out really, really well at TMS, even though I was terrified at the start, I feel confident that I will be okay. And not just in high school, but whenever I end a journey and begin a new one. I want to thank all the TMS teachers for always being there for everyone, wherever we are. You work really hard making sure everything runs smoothly and everyone is happy. Christine, Daniel, Carrie, Sam, Katie, and Andrew have helped me not to stress out. If something goes wrong, to just look at it in a different way, because everything will turn out okay. You have been really great teachers, leaders, and friends over the past few years, and I have learned so much in class and just hanging out with you on hikes and camping trips. You have taught me to think, and you challenged me to use my brain differently. You all have amazing stories to tell, and you always make me laugh. Even in hard times, you are able to put smiles on our faces. More specifically, I would like to thank Tressa and Joy. Tressa, when I came to school, you were the one I was able to go to when I was scared. On my first camping trip, you made sure I was okay and comfortable. You were so loving, funny, compassionate, and your smile and laugh lights up the room. I've learned so much from you. You've been like a second mother to me since 6th grade. Joy, you work so hard and you never give up. Even in the hardest moments, you persevere, and that really shows how passionate you are about what you do. You have such great values and teach everyone good lessons. You have taught me so much, and I know you're an inspiration to many, many people. Thank you so much for everything you have taught me. I'm beyond thankful to have gone to such an incredible school, and it would not be the same without such amazing teachers and incredible friends. I could not have asked for a better graduating class and better teachers. I don't know who I would be without TMS. I love you all so much.
Malea, we chose to honor you because you have changed our lives for the better in so many different ways. So here are some things we think and love about you.
Malea, I feel that I have gotten to know you so well over the past 2 years. You made me feel so welcome on my visiting day, and I can't thank you enough for that. You make me laugh because of how open and funny you are, and I truly think of you as a close friend. I love you so much, and I hope high school treats you well.
Malea, you've always been really, really kind to me, and I loved having you as my mom at Montana de Oro. You always made me feel welcome and included me in our fam. Thank you for an amazing year, and I'll miss you.
Malu, I can't believe how we have bonded the past 2 years. I have so many memorable moments with you that I will never forget. Thanks for always spotting me on Best Fair when I need it, and always being there for me when I really need you to be. You are truly an inspiration to me. So thank you, Mal, Malu, Mitch, and Malea for always being who you are.
In the beginning of the year, you had a weird obsession with the song Literally My Life. So we made it literally Malea's life.
Okay, turn off. She's my assistant.
Rocky, sit down.
Wait, we have to do it.
Oh, you dance?
Oh, I thought.
Walking around 3rd Street with her besties all day. Can you believe that she's graduating today? See, in her real world, her brow's always on fleek. The liner looks so snazzy, her look is pretty neat. But deep inside, she is so amazing. Nobody else is like her, and she can really sing. She's gold, actual gold, AF. Literally, Malea's life is going to Fresh Juicery, living like Larry, ready to shopping. Literally, Malea's life is keeping up her snap streaks, having the best Insta feed. Literally, Malea's life is.
Just say something.
Thank you for an amazing year, and we love you.
Finn,
You made this year very special for all of us.
You've made us laugh at the hardest of times.
You've always been there and helped when it was needed.
Finn, you're very smart, and without you, the technology would most likely not work.
Just lying. Lying.
David, I forgot. Alright, you guys script for that.
No.
Not me.
Last year, we have found that you have a severe addiction to iFunny.
Because of this, we have made you a poster board of the best memes that we can find on iFunny.
You can hang this poster on your bedroom wall, or bring it. We know of the internet.
You're a very sweet person, and today we'll commemorate that with gifts.
Finn, you have impacted our lives as a friend, student, and peer.
iFunny, welcome. Anyway.
Making the cookies represent
You will be here next year, but we will have to look up to you as a 9th grader.
Finn, have a great summer, and we will miss you.
I know, I kind of messed up with you. We messed up a lot. Anyway.
Mateo, words don't describe how much you have positively impacted us. You are truly an amazing person, and we would like to share what we admire most about you. I admire you because you are so devoted to your friends.
Mateo, I admire you because you are a natural leader, carrying yourself with confidence and inner strength.
Mateo, I admire you because you're dependable and I know that you'll always be there to lean on.
Mateo, I admire you because you're not afraid or limited by peer pressure or social anxiety.
But one thing we all admire about you is your passion for music. So we decided as a final gift, we get you a CD containing the songs we have shared together.
The song I picked for you is Heroes by David Bowie because you have had so much fun singing it and have fun playing it at the coffee house. Also, it might sound a little bit cheesy, but you have become my hero because you will always make me laugh.
When I first heard you talk about Kings of Leon, I didn't know someone could be so obsessed with a band. Then you introduced me to a song called Talihina Sky, and I was blown away about how passionate you were about the message.
Mateo, the song I picked was Still Dre because I remember when I was 4 and completely new, I was listening to it and you said I loved that song, and I knew at that moment we'd be great friends.
I chose Fight for Your Right because when you played at the coffee house, everybody was in unison. Your energy and enthusiasm cascaded across the audience. That's one of the times I felt most connected to you.
As we leave you with just memories, we would like to take a moment to tell you how you have affected our lives.
Mateo, by being my friend, you have helped me get over my anxiety and become a more confident person. By being in my life, by being around you, I have learned to reach out to new people. And by being your bandmate, I've rekindled my passion for music. By you being in my life, it has changed it for the better.
Mateo, you have constantly made my life happier and my day a little brighter.
Last year, I would have never expected us to become best friends, but look where we are. You have changed my life so much, and I know you will succeed in high school and beyond. I will never forget the wonderful memories we have shared. Thank you for being an outstanding friend.
While I was coming up with what I wanted my speech to be about, I thought about how much I've changed since I came to TMS. A few weeks ago, I was talking in a van with Noah and Andrew, and I realized that the biggest difference is that I just know and understand so much more about life in general and the world we live in. I realize that now when people talk to me, I don't just know what they are telling me on the surface, but I know things that they never even said to me. I can connect things in my head now. As Confucius once said, I hear, I know, I see, I remember, I do, I understand. If you know me, then you know that I love things to be perfect, and that includes my schoolwork. I often do more than is necessary because it gives me better odds to get a good grade. My parents always told me that as long as I try hard and do my best, it doesn't matter what the grade is, but I still feel the pressure from myself to do well. I went to a public school for 1 year in 3rd grade. We took a week of standardized STAR testing. During the test, I shook from stress and fear. At the end of each day, I would go to the school bathrooms and cry. Ever since those tests, I've had some stress anxiety. Now I always think of this quote to help me. Our greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. TMS has really helped me recognize that, and now going back into a world of standardized testing, I will be prepared enough that I won't have to go cry in the bathrooms. I often think, I want to thank people who have impacted my growth at TMS. I am so grateful to have had all these teachers for either one or both of my years here. My dad always says that it's the teacher that makes the class good or bad, and I agree. I honestly couldn't ask for any better teachers. I want to start off by thanking Carrie. Even though I did not get to have my entire TMS experience with Carrie as my teacher, he was very influential in the time that I did have with him. He encouraged me to do more than I thought I could because he saw it in me, and that really taught me something about myself. I know that I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for him. Next, I want to thank Tressa for being like a second mother. She always was there when I needed her and saw and brought out the best in everyone. I want to thank Andrew for always making me laugh and having fun with everything. Thanks to Christine for putting so much effort into this school, even just in the short time that she's been here. Katie for pushing me and seeing the humor in everything. Liz for always being so calming and thoughtful, and Daniel for jumping right into things and always having a good story to share. I want to thank my parents and brother for always believing and helping me, even when I'm stressing out like crazy. I love you guys. Oh, just kidding. That's not for you guys. Sorry. I do love you guys. I just skipped a line. Sorry. Okay. I love you guys. Okay. I want to thank my whole 8th grade class for sharing these wonderful experiences with me. I love you guys so much. And thank you to all of the students here for making this such a comforting, trusting, and family-like community. Lastly, I want to thank Joy. Every time I think of going to a new school, I think of how I will never have a principal like you again. A principal who knows something special about each and every one of her students, who reads us storybooks, who I enjoy hanging out with, or who has this much devotion to helping each one of us be successful. I have an immense amount of love right now for everyone at TMS, staff and students included. I have learned and grown so much in my time at TMS. To think that my journey here is now over is overwhelming. I feel so grateful to have had the educational experiences and wonderful moments that I have had here. I will always cherish the memories that I've made. It's hard for me to say goodbye, and obviously I want to stay here forever, but I also know that it is time to move on. TMS has taught me so much, and now I feel confident going to a school with thousands of kids, some mediocre teachers, and even standardized testing.
We chose to honor you, Noah, because you were so sweet and we love being around you.
But we didn't really have enough time to prepare something.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. I just heard Noah is graduating. Aren't you going to miss her so much?
Hey, I just got a text from Tallulah. Sorry, let me just text her back. Let me just see this. Yeah, I'm going to miss her so much. What are some of your favorite things about her?
I love how caring she is.
Sorry, and how much she goes to the bathroom.
Yeah, she always makes me want to smile.
You're being rude. Get off your phone.
Sorry. So sorry, but I gotta go. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Here is
an emoji pillow we made for you.
Where does it say that? Okay. On the back it says, "We love you, Noah. We hope you like it. We're gonna miss you so much."
Bad communication, 2 flowers.
More than 2 flowers. Aloha! We are honoring you because we love you and are going to miss you so much next year. We have a collage of pictures
of you during your TMS experience so that you will always remember it.
We also have 10 roses, and every one of them says something we love about you.
Oh.
Oh, you're so sweet.
We love how caring you are.
You always put a smile on our faces.
You're very smart.
You are mature in every situation.
You are so fun to be around.
You are so helpful.
You're beautiful.
You're flexible.
And you are strong and brave.
Although these flowers will wilt, your memories at TMS will live on forever.
And you will dwell in our memories always.
Love you, Squatty.
You go tomorrow.
Our Andrew and Carrie skit.
There are homeless people. Woo, Donald Trump. They're inside jokes and you're on the outside.
We love you and are going to miss you like crazy.
But we know you'll have fun in high school.
Bye. Love you, bye!
Has helped me on my TMS journey because honestly, I feel like I would not have had the great TMS experience I've had without them. First off, Joy, for accepting me and doing so much work to keep this school going, and just for always being there for me, no matter when or where. Katie, for always putting me in a good mood and for being more of a friend than a teacher. Carrie, for showing me how important life really is and to never throw it away. Andrew, for always listening and giving me great advice. Liz, for just spreading her happiness all around. Christine, for always making jokes with me in Spanish. Daniel, coming to TMS halfway through the year and being a great friend. Tressa, for being the best English teacher of all time. Sam, for introducing me to French rap. Bram Silver, for always making me laugh and just helping me with everything throughout my time with him at TMS. Mira, for being caring, understanding, and being kind to me no matter when or where. Betsy, for always making me laugh so hard my stomach would hurt. And Dylan from last year, who I'd like to thank for always being that person I could talk to and always having my back and for just treating me like an equal. I could thank so many other people, but I just don't have the time. I had so many great memories of my time at TMS. I remember the first day of school. I didn't know what to do. Then I found a soccer ball. But when I went up to it and tried to kick it, I slipped on the mud and the soccer ball hit the preschool window. It wasn't great. Their teacher told me that I scared the kids because the ball, when it hit the window, it made a loud noise. I felt really bad about it, but it is a memory I will never forget. One of my best memories of TMS is walking into Garrett's studio for the first time. I did not know what I'd gotten myself into, but as soon as I walked into the studio, I knew I had chosen the best elective. As we walked in, Bram said, "God, I've missed this place." And that's when I knew this was something special, and I could not take it for granted. I had so much fun recording and just jamming with friends. But some of the most significant memories were made on camping trips. During my first trip, I had the greatest family I could have ever asked for. It was the best possible way to start out my TMS experience. My family had so many inside jokes. Although we did have some bad times, like taking forever to cook rice because we didn't buy pre-cooked rice. Side note, 6th and 7th graders always buy pre-cooked rice or else it will take forever. But to the point, I will never forget that trip. Betsy, who was our 8th grader, always made us say thanks before we ate. And from that moment on, I have always said thanks right before camping family meals. And that is all thanks to that family. I haven't had an experience as good as that first camping trip until last week when we were in the Sequoias for our rite of passage. I felt like the aspects of TMS were summed up in that trip. So many great things happened there, from hiking up a mountain to swimming across a lake to amazing times under the stars and being with all the other 8th graders. I could not ask for a better 8th grade class. That camping trip was the best possible way to end my TMS experience. TMS has helped me become a better person. It taught me how to really appreciate life, especially the little things. But most importantly, TMS has taught me to never take anything for granted and to always be thankful for everything you get. I know for a fact that no matter how old I am, I will always remember TMS for teaching me things that no computer, book, or other school could teach me. I know for a fact that I would not appreciate many things in my life without TMS. I could not have asked for a better 2 years.
Okay, I know you guys have been sitting here for a while, so I'll try to keep it short, just because, yeah. Okay. The author Richard Carlson once said, "Ask yourself this question, will this matter a year from now?" I ask myself this question daily. One thing I know for sure is that TMS will matter a year from now, 2 years from now, heck, even 30 years from now. TMS has helped me find my true self, and I will be forever grateful for that. Honestly, most of 6th and 7th grade is a vague, distant memory for me, so I'm not going to tell you all the story of how I came to TMS as a naive 6th grader that was confused about what she wanted and didn't know her place in the world yet. Instead, I'm going to tell you what I learned about myself and life in general at TMS. First thing I have discovered about myself is that I say in general a lot. In general. But seriously, I have learned that I love music. I base my life around music. I eat, sleep, and breathe music. TMS inspired me to learn how to play the guitar, and that is all I do in my free time. I thank Garrett Lee for teaching me a little bit about producing music and helping me discover that I want to create and produce music for a living. I want to entertain and make people smile in any way, whether acting, making music, or just one small, silly face. It makes me incredibly happy when I see someone smile because of something I did. Another thing I have learned at TMS is compassion. 6th grade's long emotional counsel about hurt feelings showed me that it only takes a few words to tear someone down. Compassion is being aware of what you say and how you say it. Joy often says it takes more time to not do something than to do it. I have taken this advice to heart. This has helped me not procrastinate. I will definitely remember this phrase in high school. The most valuable virtue I've learned is patience. I am honestly not naturally a very patient person. My family can attest to that. But I have improved since 6th grade. Group projects and camping families have constantly tested me. I definitely had to work on being a leader and not bossy and controlling. Even though I'm still not the most patient person you will meet, I've improved tremendously during my time at TMS. Now it is time for gratitude. I'd like to thank Liz for being caring and mother-like and for always having that Band-Aid when someone needed it. Andrew, thanks for brightening every day with a cheesy joke or hilariously awful pun. But most especially for teaching me the ins and the outs of the outdoors. I hope to take all the things I have learned from you and continue to go on adventures. I would like to thank Carrie, even though he's not here, for making history class exciting and fun to participate in. History is probably my least favorite subject, but when you taught it, it was one of my favorite classes. A big thanks to Tressa for being like a second mom on camping trips and for making English a fun, one-of-a-kind learning experience. Katie, thank you for teaching me most especially not to worry. Because someone once said, worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles, it takes away today's peace. And finally, I would like to thank Joy. Joy, I don't know how you do it. You deal with 47 middle school students every day, and you make time for every single one of their needs. It is astonishing to me that you do this and still have a smile on your face every day. I always feel as if I could talk to you about anything for hours. You are so wise and strong, and I don't know what I will do without you next year. Thanks to every member of the TMS staff. It is a privilege to be able to call you not only my teachers, but also my friends. It won't matter 30 years from now what shoes I bought, what jeans I wore, or how my hair looked, but my time at TMS will always matter.
Several years ago, we started acknowledging, as many schools do, our valedictorian. But equally important to us as academic achievement is the recognition of character and effort. To that end, I am proud tonight to hand out awards in 3 categories. Oh, I forgot the gift, guys. Okay, we'll do that really quick. Hang on. Under your chair. is a gift to us, from us, to all of you. Feathers, yeah, you can stick it behind your ear, Milo. We hope this book is a reminder of TMS, and we hope you'll do some wonderful things with it. And inside are the letters that you wrote to yourselves on the rite of passage, but they are sealed, and you're asked not to open them till you graduate high school. So I hope, don't lose the book or you'll lose your letter. You can open your gift, just not the letter to yourself. There's also some photos that we hope will remind you of your time here as well. So, from all the TMS staff, who normally I would bring up and have them give you all a hug, but we all want to eat, so we're going to move this along quickly. So, individual hugs afterwards. All right, they're gifts. They're really beautiful, actually. I hope you get a chance to look at them. This is a group that we know actually would really appreciate this, so we're excited to share it with them. No, that's your letter you open when you're a senior in high school, okay? A freshman in college, when you have your first child. I don't know, your first grandchild. You can keep it as long as you like, actually. All right, let's move on to these awards. Okay. Our first award is a personal favorite. Whoops, hang on, technical support again. It is the award that recognizes the incredible effort to reflect, aspire, and act. It is the Exemplary Growth Award. And it celebrates students' commitment to social and academic growth during their time here. They got to stop looking at their books for a minute. Yes, that's your letter is in there. No, you don't open that. Okay. Let me find these. Whoa, this has been quite an evening, hasn't it? So much fun. Okay. So, there's not one student on this stage that hasn't shown incredible personal growth, and I truly mean that. It was actually a hard decision, but there were two people who the staff agreed had taken their time here at TMS and truly made the most of it. So this year, I would like you to join with me in congratulating two special young people, the recipients of our Exemplary Growth Award. Finn Boydster. Hello, Finn. I'm finding the other one. Hang on a minute. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really do need a new lectern. And BB Day. Need photos, there we go. All right, these guys have come a long way in their short time at TMS, as have all of these students, but those two have been exceptional. The next award has had a few names. It's been called the Shining Star Award, and I realized it was still called that in the program, because obviously you can tell I just take the program from past years and update it all the time. We called it the Compass Award. And this year we've named it the Leadership Award. Whatever the title, this award is for the commitment to 5 core values of TMS. The core values are consideration, appropriateness, awareness, accountability, and integrity. I don't know what was funny there, but whatever. Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick. Again, we have 2 recipients, and these 2 are always there to help out, to make sure that younger grades are taken care of, to support their friends, and the school community gives thanks for all you have done for TMS. Emmy Hesse and Mateo Sosa. Mateo gives above and beyond. And last, but most certainly not least, I would like to acknowledge our valedictorian. This 8th grade class has a host of type A personalities and straightforward A students. Each one is valedictorian material. But this young person was always a step ahead and has had an incredible ride at TMS. With academic rigor and social responsibility, this year's valedictorian has truly been an outstanding scholar and citizen of TMS. I could not be prouder to present this award to Caitlin Roach. To give it to her because she really needs to let up on herself a bit. Did you get a picture? Get back on there! Get back on there. You are by yourself on this one. Proud girl. Awesome bunch. So I'm not going to tell you all the things I was going to tell you now. I would like to wrap this up. We've got to give them all their certificates. But before we do, which is the final thing, I just thought it would be nice if those 6th and 7th graders came out from behind those bushes and trees again and showed you what it felt like to do that. It sounded so incredible in the trees. It was a beautiful moment. And it's a beautiful moment now because you guys are about to graduate from TMS. I know it's only taken hours, but this is the time when we officially kick you out the nest. This is it. This is the moment. What? You have wings and you can fly. You certainly can, Emmy. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for a wonderful school year. You guys have all been awesome. These guys have all been awesome. TMS is the little school that could. We have for 15 years. Older than these guys. I'm excited for the next 15 years for TMS High School. I'm excited to hand Finn his high school diploma in 4 years. certificates to this lovely bunch. I'm going to ask for, this is traditionally when the staff lines up and you come around and you give everybody a hug. I would love for everybody to come on the stage to be able to do, yeah, I'm going to ask that the podium get lifted down, actually, if I have any strong people right there who would like to do that. Don't lose Callum's check. Go, go, go. Shh. Hang on a minute. Woo! That feels liberating. Yay. Okay. Okay. Shh. Let's get this over with. Let's graduate you so we can eat and drink and be merry. I'm going to invite everybody up. So if I could have TMS staff come up. I'd also like to, you've noticed how much over the course of this time the children have given their tributes for Kerry, who unfortunately is not with us, but also for Tressa and Sam, who are here. Would you like to come up on stage too and give these guys a hug? Oh, Izzy, they want to give you a hug too, Izzy. Tressa's coming. She's coming. Okay. Where is he? Is she with baby or is she available?
He's suckling.
She's suckling? Yeah. It's okay. We're a very liberated school. We go for breasts on stage. Okay. Izzy, they want a hug when you can. Okay. Liz, where are you? Where's Liz? This stage isn't quite big enough. You guys have to come closer to me. I'm fine. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Are we all here?
Yeah, none of them. All good.
This group means a great deal to this class. I'm sorry Kerry isn't here, too. Forrest can be Kerry. They are representing the Taylor family. Just don't squish my grandson when you come up. Are we all here? Where's Liz? Liz! 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 She went home. Oh yeah, she does have a flight. You're right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Liz has gone home. I don't know where she is. Did she say? She was cutting out early. She's got a flight in the morning. So, but you know where to find her when you need that hug and that Band-Aid. So, it gives me, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to award these certificates to this particular group of kids, an awesome bunch. I'm going to miss them greatly. First of all, I would like to award, I should start from the bottom, shouldn't I? Is that the way around? No, it didn't work. I put them in alphabetical order, which was really silly from me. So, Nicholas, Edward, Robert, Ambrose. Noah, Carmel, Blonda. I didn't even know about. Maya, Reese, Zane, Calloway. Don't blame me, parents. That one? I'll take your certificate. Beatrice Daly. Elizabeth James Dingley. Emerson Elise Hesse. Jonah Samuel Koken. Milo Winter Last Menudian. Sarah Helena Lulu Michelle. Woo! Malea Miller. Caitlin Louise Roach. Ashana Marie Russ. I need to choose. Mateo Sosa. And last but certainly not least, Riley Patrick White. Okay, when the final hugs have been had, I don't know if there's a way for you guys to be behind them. Probably not. I'm going to ask you probably to just step on down so we can introduce them. Okay. TMS, 8th grade students, stand up for the last time. I officially make you.